Hello YouTube, it is me again, back with another video, and I'm going to be talking a little quieter than usual. I apologize, I'm in a house with some sleeping people, so yeah. It'll be a chill video. So as you can see, I'm finally uploading my Inktober videos. I know I said there would be 3 drawings per video, but the video was getting long, and my recording software is no longer functional, so I'm having to find a new one. So for now, you can have 2. So this first prompt was Swift, and for it I drew a character running. Not my most creative, but I was sort of playing around. I hadn't really done anything like this before, and it kind of shows. The anatomy is not great, and I tried to fix it as much as I could, but alas, it was not great. I really do like what I did with this shadow here. I think it looks real nice. It was the part of the drawing that I was most proud of, in terms of everything about it. The foot that is bent, the leg that's bent, that foot looks very weird. Not sure if that's just me, probably isn't. So for these drawings, I decided not to recolor my line art because it was an Inktober drawing, so I wanted to keep the black lines of my Inktober drawings in place to fully represent the original artwork. I tried to stay true to the original drawing. I did fix some anatomy along the way. Fun fact about this drawing, it was meant to be one of my characters, but it did not actually turn out looking like her at all, so I will hopefully get to actually draw that character sometime soon. I tried to sort of add a little depth and make it look like her right side is more like receding into the darkness, but I don't think I achieved that very well, so oops. Also, her running stance, it's just a weird stance. I didn't do very well with the anatomy, but as you go through my Inktobers, the anatomy gets a little better. Here, I kind of figured that the colors were a little too saturated, so I added a grayscale version over the top, added a little color to the lips, and I was done. So there is the original and the digital version. I much prefer the digital version, but let me know what you think. So this is Inktober Day 2, and the prompt was divided. So for those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you may recognize 2 of these characters, the 2 girls, who are both from one of my stories, and I have their OC introductions. I will link them in the description box. A little warning, I guess, about this drawing. It was as I was coming to the end of this drawing that my digital recording software failed. So there's a little bit of skipping in the end, and then you don't get to see me actually finish the drawing, but I will explain to you when we get there the things that I've added. So right now I'm drawing Nina. I think one of the things that really bothered me about this picture was how big the characters' heads were in comparison to their body, and I shrunk them down a little bit, but I don't think I shrunk them down far enough. I think the heads are still a little too big, but I think it works much better than the original, at least. I did have these 2 faces that you can see on the side that I used to guide my shapes for the 2 profiles, because I really did not like how those profiles came out. I liked the bodies and the clothing designs, but the profiles, I really struggle with drawing people in profile, especially at a smaller scale. So here I am doing their profiles, and I know that tracing over the outline may have been a little cheatsy. I did leave it to myself to do all the details without the reference underneath. I just wanted to get the right shape, and sort of use this as a teaching moment. I loved doing her crazy curly hair. It was pretty amazing. Much harder to do digitally than traditionally. For this character on the right, the one that you have not been introduced to yet, I will hopefully be doing an introduction video for him soon. There is another character who will come out of this Inktober, who I will be doing a proper introduction video using the drawing that I did for Inktober, so look out for that. Other than that, I am curious whether or not you guys would like me to do my Inktober videos, to do it so all of the drawings are in the same video, so it would just be one really long video, or if you'd rather me do them a couple at a time. So let me know in the comments, and I will use your comments to figure out what I should do. Once I get my digital software, hopefully my digital recording software all figured out. So let's hope, right? With her hand here, as you can see, I kind of realized that the hand was a bit too small. I did make the characters a little better spaced, so I moved them a little closer together, added in his little scar. Here, I kind of realized I didn't like the shape of her eyes. They were a little too cartoony compared to the eyes of the other two characters, so I made them a little bit more realistic and more in keeping with my digital style. I don't know why, but my digital and traditional styles are decidedly different, and I think that's kind of fun. So here I'm trying to write divided and keep it in the background, but I don't end up going with this font pretty much at all. I ended up going in and figuring out a totally different font for the wording in the background, even though I do keep the word divided in the background like that. So here, I'm just going in and coloring them. I'm using color palettes that you can see in the top for what the characters are, how they look. I've put all of their color palettes together. So yeah, I like that each of the characters has a slightly different skin tone. I think that's interesting. I mean, obviously Adela has the darkest skin tone of all of them. And she's honestly my favorite design out of the bunch. I just love her dress and her accessories, and Nina and Almir are very plain. But Adela has just the fabulous glittery gown, and I love it. There's not really much more to say about this one. I will tune back in at the end to tell you a little bit more about what I did when the recording cuts out, but until then, see you in a minute. So this is the first place that my hypercam cut out, and you missed me shading in Adela's skin, which is a shame because I'm pretty proud of how I did that. This is the original, and this is what I ended up with. I added in a gray background with divided, and I finished all of the shading, and I'm really proud of it, so I hope you guys like it. That being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime time of day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.